Hey guys, welcome to another episode of RedWolf TV. I'm Tim and I have something very special for you today. Here we have Action's Sterling L2A3 MK4 AEG. Star Wars fans are probably really excited about this, considering this was the weapon of choice in the movie franchise, known as the blaster, but it's also been in plenty of other World War II movies and games. It is completely made out of steel. As you take a closer look, you'll see scratches, bruises, and grit, but that's the beauty of it. Internally there are some CNC aluminium parts, but we'll take a look at that later. The grip itself is made out of plastic, and as you can see, it is a little large, as the real steel version is only 2/3 the size of this, as this is the housing for the motor and parts of the gearbox. It weighs at 2.4 kilos, which is 5.3 pounds. Lengthwise, it's 72 centimeters, which is just over 28 inches. There are a few different methods of which you can hold it. There's one right at the front here, which is perfectly fine, or you could hold the magazine, which I prefer, as the mag release is right on here where your thumb is sitting. You can press that down to release the magazine itself, which is made out of aluminium and holds 40 rounds and feeds like a Systema. The mock charging handle reveals a cylinder, of which I'll get into later. You can find the hop up in front of a trigger guard as you turn it upside down. Here you could use a hex key, turn it counterclockwise for more hop and clockwise for less. There are two sling mounts, one at the front and one on the end cap. It's got a very unique front and rear iron sights. The battery is stored in the handguard itself. To get to it, you'll need to remove the muzzle by turning it counterclockwise, and it will reveal small T's. Don't worry, Action have released their own 7.4 volt LiPo battery that fits in the handguard, but you'll need to buy them separately. As cool as it is, the most annoying part of it is the folding stock. If you don't do it properly, it'll nip your fingers. First of all, pull the back end and then fold it over the top. Push the end cap to release the stock. Fold it underneath and hook the tooth in the hole of the handguard at the bottom. In reverse, it's a lot easier. For the chrono test, I was using 0.2 gram 6mm BBs. Action have only released a 7.4 volt battery, which is the reason to its slow rate of fire. But don't worry, the real steel version has a slow rate of fire as well. Action will be releasing an 11.1 volt battery just so it can appeal to the people who want a higher rate of fire. As you saw from the chrono test, it is perfectly suitable for CQB, but what changes that is the fact that it only fires in full auto. There is no semi and there is no safety, much like the real steel version, which is a huge downer and a big problem. I think Action are coming up with a solution where the new version will have a safety switch. Now I'm curious whether they have space for one. Let's take a look inside. Twist and remove the end cap and spring inside. Fold the stock back and remove the muzzle. Twist and remove the charging handle. Remove the screw under the grip and remove the grip and trigger guard. Remove the 4 screws and the 2 plates. Remove the screw in front of the trigger. Pull the gearbox and wiring out. Push the cylinder casing out where the grip used to be. Remove the screws, keeping it in place. The Action cylinder is a modified and improved version of a familiar looking cylinder, as you can now see the inside. Allow the barrel to fall out the back. This is a 202mm 6.03 tight bore inner barrel. Remove the screws, keeping the motor in place. The Sterling requires an AK type motor to function. The quality is just as good as Tokyo Marui. Remove the 4 screws, keeping the gearbox together. The gearbox uses 9mm bearings and has M14 gears spinning around inside. Action will most definitely will add a safety switch just so people could use this in skirmishing, but it'll most likely be used during World War II reenactments. And they're also releasing a longer barrel version of these, of which we'll definitely get our hands on. My friend Martin from Hong Kong Off the Grid said that they probably ripped parts off of a tank and spliced it all together to form this beautiful firearm, which basically sums it all up. So for this cool product and many more, go to our website at www.redwolfairsoft.com. If you haven't watched some of our previous videos, I suggest you take a look at these.